Warning. The views and beliefs in the following program does not reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. Ladies and gentlemen, we give full creative control to our creators, and we don't believe in cancel culture. If viewer discretion is advised, this is the Nightcap. You know the vibes.
Live from the MOWM studio, Boom Broadcasting presents The Nightcap. And your host of The Nightcap, mouthing off with Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this surprise episode of the Nightcap. We're going to talk a little NXT here for the Tuesday Nightcap Delight. But because it's Tuesday and Taurean from Black Masses and Constellations is with me here, it's a little Taurean takeover because she's got to mouth off with the people tonight. She's got a lot on her mind. She's got a lot on her chest. She wants to get off when it comes to the final episode of NXT on the USA Network. So, Taurean, it's your show. Get into it here.
The Taurean takeover, people. I know y'all have been waiting. I know you've been waiting. Hello, Michael. How are you? Did you have a good NXT Tuesday?
I had a pretty good NXT Tuesday. I'm not going to lie. For the final NXT on USA, I kind of wanted a little bit more. But next week's NXT on the CW looking delicious.
You're a madman. Okay. I will start off by saying that I was a little tired today. You know, life has been lifing for all of us. So I did. It's not me if I don't get a little bit late. We got here a little bit late, but we're still here for the people every single week. What is it? The Nightcap with Mouth and Alpha Mike.
It's the Nightcap. Tonight, when you got Taurean on the show, folks, it kind of becomes the late Nightcap.
Wow.
That's love. That's love right there, Taurean. You know that's love.
Keep talking. Listen. Shawn Michaels will add another hour to NXT. Keep talking. Keep fucking talking. Anyway, you guys.
Triple H added an hour to SmackDown for after
temporarily.
January, so you know how that's
temporarily.
Going. Yeah, temporarily.
Allegedly. Just to get you in the groove of it, and then they'll snatch it back.
We'll snatch it back. You got Raw going back to 2 hours. How do you feel about that? I haven't talked to you in so long. I know we're doing NXT.
It's been a minute. So just for the people and also for me, can you clarify what's going on with the shows? Because I got confused. So are both of them changing temporarily, or is it just one?
So Raw's going to 2 hours till they go to Netflix, when Raw will go back to 3 hours. Apparently, when Raw goes to Netflix, SmackDown's going to go to 3 hours.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay, that's where they lost me, but I'm with it because, I mean, I get it. I legitimately get it. So, I mean, I'm not going to argue with more wrestling, but I mean, I won't guarantee. But anyway, not to get us all hunkered down in the facts in the future, we have a jam-packed NXT Tuesday today, you guys. And guess who's hosting? Who's hosting, Mike?
Taurean's hosting, ladies and gentlemen. Taurean is hosting.
So why don't you?
I'm gonna do the background work. You know, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here, folks. I'm gonna be doing it. Liz Doc, hello, happy Tuesday. Logan's in the house. We love Logan.
Hello, Logan.
Hello, Logan. Welcome back to NXT. I know Logan's gonna be hyped to when we get into the discussion about Julia and Roxanne later on in the show. But before we let
me ask you.
Go ahead, please.
Did you see the hype? Because I'll be honest, I was busy today, but I did see the hype for this show leading up to the show on the timeline throughout the day. I saw it.
No, there's a lot of hype. There was a lot of hype. From the times I was able to hop on social media, I saw a lot of hype.
So go ahead. I won't interrupt you.
All right. I like it. It's your show. It's a Taurean takeover. So, I mean, you can interrupt me. You have at your will, at your discretion.
So it's not. I do want to. See, there you go. I tried to give you a chance. Go ahead. It's you.
But I do want to start with one question for you, and for the people that are viewing here tonight on the late night cap. What has been a few of your favorite NXT moments on USA Network?
You absolutely know what my favorite thing I'm playing. So one of them would be the debut of my man, Charlie Dempsey, because I was like, who is this beating up Mr. Chase? And that, caused me to look into him and be like, who is this? Where did he come from? He looks familiar. Got it. I see who that is. Metaphor, just every single moment they hit the stage when they first were building that little summer, that was cute. Every moment they had, they made it work. Like literally, Noam Dar just needs to speak, and I will laugh.
I hope we can
So,
find him soon. Noam Dar.
bro, I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. You already know. Can you see the reflection? Blue, pink, green, purple. We see you, buddy. We will keep your memory alive, Noam.
Got that metaphor
We're live.
lighting, ladies and gentlemen. The Prez had to give her the lighting budget. Prez always giving
Only
everybody
for
else
me.
things. Only for
Only
Taurean.
for
Only for Taurean.
me.
He's over here. He's over here giving people all sorts of
Is he
favors.
in
He
the
tells me
comments?
he's not here tonight, but he's on social media.
Oh, that's horrible.
He told me that I can only take one vacation every 4 years. So every new presidential term, I get one vacation, 1 week off. So you believe this guy?
It out. Did you see it? Cut it out.
We got a Full House reference, man. We haven't had one of those. We got a Forrest Gump reference last night.
I love
I'll take a Full House reference. I love me some Full House. I love me some.
You're
some
not going to get out of answering this one, Michael. What are your favorite NXT on USA moments?
Yes, your Majesty here tonight.
Thank you.
Some of my favorite NXT moments. I gotta always give a shout to Undisputed Era. Nothing's gonna top that. I loved Keith Lee. Anything with Keith Lee and Dominic Dijakovic. They had some great bangers, man, in the NXT Black and Gold. Loved the Tommaso Ciampa Johnny Gargano rivalry on both sides. And then everything with the introduction and the character work, of course, of the Don, Tony D. Putting Pretty Deadly in the trunk, the whole feud with Legado, where Legado had to leave. Just overall quality.
So
quality
it sounds like me, did you come in around, or you came in before the 2.0 era?
I've been in NXT since I can remember, man. NXT was like my comfort wrestling show. Like I love
that for you.
You know what I mean? Like I couldn't watch Raw. I could rarely watch SmackDown, but like I knew that if I watched Tuesdays on NXT, I was guaranteed at least something that I was going to be able to sink my teeth into. And that right there, like AEW sparked my love of pro wrestling again, and NXT kept it going through the dark days of WWE.
Right. Because literally, when I was a little sicko and I was like, dang, what am I going to watch in between Monday and Friday? So I said, okay, it comes on Tuesday. Let me see what y'all are doing. Don't know who these people are, but you got to watch again next week to figure out who the people are. So I get it. We're here now. We're literally here now. So 2.0 was fun. You just had
2.0 was, let's be real. 2.0 was horny. It was horny.
Yeah. But the PC's horny. So
I mean, you put some world-class athletes together. Yo, listen, hear me out. I think have you said this before? Because I feel like
don't put words in my mouth.
Talking about doing the PC dating show, little Love Island at the Performance Center.
Let me host it, Michael. Not you, Miz. Me and you can make this work, brother. I already know who dating and who not. I know who them broke up. I'm not gonna put them in the same room, bro. We can do this anyway. Charlie, you are excused from this exercise.
Justin here, Taurean. Justin said SmackDown going 3 hours concerns him. They need to beef up that roster. What do you have to say to that? What do you think? You got to beef it up? Need a little bit more beef?
I will not say that they need to beef it up because y'all are trying to goat me into agreeing with these trades that keep sparking interest on the timeline. You need to be forced to work with what you have and make it what it is. I'm not gonna say what it was, but y'all were forced to make Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes into the greatness that it was. And what did it do? Benefit both men. The men is already on the roster. What you need to go get Braun Breaker off of Raw for? What you got to go do that for? I'm not gonna name the names. You know who I'm thinking about, Mike. We got the SmackDown 5. We got at least 5-6 women that can build and do whatever until Becky and Asuka and Charlotte and whoever and they mama get back. We got people. Now, if you can't, I'm not gonna say that, but we got what we need on the physical aspect. It's that mental, that critical thinking that we're missing. But you know,
when it comes to it, I like it. I mean, you know, they're definitely
we got time.
Right. They do have a deficiency on heels. That is clear and evident. But it looks like we're starting
Who
to
are the current heels?
I mean, you got Solo in the bloodline, right? Okay, boom, 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 right there.
We got all of Legato. Maybe
are they still on SmackDown or do they get traded to Raw? I can't remember.
No.
I haven't. Oh no, they're still on SmackDown. They're still on SmackDown. Santos Escobar is still on SmackDown. You got. I mean, I don't know what Andrade really is right now. I don't think Andrade's a heel. I think he's a face. Carmelo's a heel.
He's a grown man. He does what he wants. So he's a heel on the day that it benefits him.
That's fair. That's fair. Hey, that's fair. I mean, sometimes you gotta play that.
And it doesn't hurt to even have enough workable people like that, like a KO that could turn at the drop of a hat, like Big Show. Like if you have enough people that are flexible, I'm not saying you got to turn them every other week, but make them step their acting chops up. Like KO does what he wants, and we do not question KO. If that's how KO is feeling that day, he's in a bad mood. That doesn't mean he's going heel. But I mean, we're on our way.
Toxic Attraction was my favorite thing about 2.0. I mean, most of the horniness definitely came from Toxic Attraction.
You know what?
But I will say, Mandy Rose's resurgence, crazy. That was one of the best things.
I'm gonna keep my mouth closed. You know, yes, I respect anybody on a come up because when I came into NXT, she had a belt. And I was wanting to know how and why and how long had this been going on.
Man, so I mean, imagine,
the reign of terror that you would have had.
They would have stayed together and went to the main roster.
Question for you. I have a respectful question for you.
Money.
I know for a fact at least once they had at least a dark match or they had a regular SmackDown match. Toxic Attraction consisting of Gigi Dolan and JC Jane went up against somebody. I don't know who it was. Maybe Katana and Caden, maybe. But they for a second they were looking like they were gonna get the call up and they didn't, and then they dropped the belts and you know. So what do you? This is just from me to you. What do you think that they need to do? And not they, I mean them as individuals probably need to do to
JC
get back
and
on
Gigi?
that trajectory.
I mean,
we got a Gigi mention tonight. We got a Gigi mention.
We did get a Gigi mention tonight. But I will say, like, to answer that question, I think they're in the right track right now with JC because I think pairing her up with Fallon and Jasmine, that's a good pairing. I mean, it is definitely clearly Toxic Attraction 2.0. You know, it is Fatal Attraction, right? It's literally in the name. They just changed that first name. But I think that's what JC needed right now. She needed clear-cut direction. They had a great feud, the two of them, but both of them stalled out so quick a couple of years ago, and then injuries piled up for both of them. Right now, Gigi's on the sidelines with something nagging her. So it's like, for Gigi, it's like, stay healthy.
Right.
Like, and I say that in the nicest way possible. I don't say that as like an asshole. Like, injuries happen.
No, like a legitimately, we just want you to stay healthy.
Right, that's it. Stay healthy. Like legitimately, if you stay healthy, you're on a trajectory where I think Gigi's got the character work down, and she's got the in-ring. She's a woman you can get on a SmackDown.
Because
she's a woman you can have.
The last thing you want is to see the people that were in the same PC class as you move on up, and you're still, doing.
We talked a lot about that with the Don. 100%. Good point.
Oh, yeah, we'll get into it. So I was going to say, Mike, you have to keep me on track, but let me just say,
I'm gonna keep you on track.
As per usual, I got to the show late, so at about 7:20, my co-host could not be here with us today, but y'all need to go follow _ Tortellini. That is my tag team partner on the Black Masters and Constellations podcast. Wonderful human being. But at about 7:20, Grayson Waller and them went live on IG. That's how I already knew it was getting going. Did you watch them on IG today?
I did not see the IG tonight. The
Okay.
Grayson Waller effect with Fraxium. We'll start off
Mm.
there. We're gonna scatter around here tonight,
Ooh,
folks. You
no,
never know
Michael,
what's gonna
no.
happen.
Oh, we can't do that, Michael.
We can't do that. All right. Well,
Okay,
we're gonna start
this is
here
your show.
and then we'll
I'll
work
be flexible.
backwards.
I'll be flexible. Go ahead.
Hey, listen. The Grayson Waller effect with Fraxium here tonight. As we saw, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, especially Waller, we've been seeing the signs that potentially they might be separating at some point, and then they reassure us that that's not the case.
Can I
Well,
say
tonight
something?
they tried. Yeah, go ahead.
They've literally been fighting for so long amongst each other. I think they're just best friends. They're brothers. Nope, they're never breaking up. I think Fraxium would break up before A-Town Down Under would break up at this point.
It's funny you mention that because
Is that a story within a fucking story? I'm tired.
That is a story. That is a story within a story tonight because Grayson Waller tried to put the wedge back between Axiom and Frazier, as we've seen over the last couple months. That was something kind of breaking down within NXT, and they ended up losing their titles, but they got them back thanks to Ridge Holland turning on Chase U. Now, it's funny because Nathan Frazier and Frax and Axiom bring up the point of like, look, every tag team we've wrestled has broken up. Chase U, MSK. Could this be the catalyst? Are they on the Karrion Kross where you interact with them, your tag team breaks up?
Not you putting over Karrion Kross.
I'm always gonna put over Karrion Kross.
I know.
Unapologetically.
Shout out Karrion Kross. Shout out Karrion Kross.
Well, much love.
So like you may have mentioned, this was a special edition of the Grayson Waller effect. They were jeering those guys immediately, but they don't care. You know, they're the heels. They brushed that off. I don't know what Austin Theory is saying at this point, but it popped me a little bit when he was like, cut the booing. I don't know. Very small. I looked down to grab my energy drink, and suddenly they had just they just were for no reason listing off all of their past accomplishments. Because I guess sometimes you got to remind people, Mike, of what you do, what you have.
Sometimes you got to remind people,
right, in a heel manner, obviously, but. And they're eliciting the type of response you would expect from the NXT audience. They have a propensity for baby faces. As soon as I wrote that down, Mike, here come the neighborhood superheroes of Fraxium. They are the special guests of this segment. They start off by saying how good they would be on SmackDown, but as singles competitors. That was a jab. That was a jab. So like I told you, I have more faith in Fraxium breaking up in A-Town Down Under because we've been teased for fucking months with this breakup. And I'm not going to lie. I have my own personal reasons about why they're still paired together, but I won't be saying that today on Rhea Ripley's internet. Do you have it? Can I ask you, do you have any reasons why they haven't broken up as to yet? Because if it's for the story within the story, I feel like they just got to that conclusion like a week or two ago. Like this hasn't been the plan the entire time.
I think it's Triple H. He's a slow builder, man. He's a slow burner. He likes the slow burn. He likes to let you. He doesn't want people to predict it, right? Everyone last night when Monday Night Raw was saying, Braun Breaker's beating Jey Uso. There's gonna be a Samoan that's gonna interfere. There's gonna be someone from the Judgment Day that's gonna interfere, cost Jey Uso the match. They didn't. He won the Intercontinental Championship on a Monday Night Raw surprise main event shock 2 weeks before a pay-per-view. That's the Triple H. That's the Triple H era. He's gonna make you watch.
That's the type of stuff that was happening when he was still a wrestler. Like, bro, I'm telling you, I cannot tell you how many times John Cena won and lost that goddamn belt on TV. Like, you watching this shit like the soap opera. Like, is he gonna get it back before the weekend?
Exactly.
Comes? So
that's what we want. That's what we needed. That's what makes wrestling good.
I guess we all had to rub our heels together and click 3 times loud enough for him to hear us on that one. But I'm glad we're here.
And
truly.
And the house fell on the Wicked Witch. So that's what we really needed at the end of the day.
And look, bro. Okay, so real quick, I wasn't on the Monday night nightcap, but just a quick aside. Did you see the streets? Not the streets. The TL was broken in half. They didn't know whether to be sad for Braun Breaker or happy for Jey.
I'll say this: if you are in the section of the fan base who feels that Braun Breaker, this is the worst thing that happened in the world for Braun Breaker, I take you back to a young Randy Orton. How long did Randy Orton hold his first Intercontinental Championship? How long did Randy Orton hold his first World Heavyweight Championship? How long did Cena? How long did some of these goats go? We'll talk Edge. You know,
Right.
how many times did you see these titles flip, boop, 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 back in the day, back in the early 2000s? Like you said, a guy like Braun Breaker, that's a great accomplishment when you look at his total overall career in 20 years from now. When you look at it, you're not going to look at he had a 51 day first time IC title
It's just
reign.
the fact
You're
that
going to
he
look
won
at
it
it.
at all.
You're going to exactly. You're going to look at the fact that he was
Whoa.
a 6-time Intercontinental Champion or a 10-time Intercontinental Champion and a 4-time World Champion and a whatever those accomplishments may be in the future when we look back on it. I'm happy for Jey Uso because
Very.
here's a guy who's been in the WWE for 16 years, right? Never got a chance to hold singles gold. Finally gets an opportunity here. Does it? I was watching Jey Uso when I was a kid.
Same. I was gonna wake it up. I
You know what I'm
saw
saying?
them come out with Tamina. I don't know who they pulled up on. It might have been Natty in the crew.
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
It was,
what I'm
it was
like,
Natty in the crew.
Bruh, they've been doing they little tribal dance to the ring. They done took the face paint off. They done took it to the Uso Penitentiary. But for him to get this belt by himself, have this moment on a Monday Night Raw, that puts the sticker stamp on the main event Jey Uso, package. Now what we do from here, it's not on him. Y'all done called that boy a yeet merchant. He gonna do his part. The people with him.
Exactly.
Y'all got to
He's
set him
selling
up for
merch.
success, though. Don't play. Me and my
exactly.
tag team partner. Oh, like you said, what? Go ahead.
No, that's the point. No, continue. Go. Just
No, like me and my
Ignore
tag
me.
team partner, like we haven't. This isn't. I know one episode we went to a real deep dive on Karrion Kross's finishing move for no reason, but we have been watching Jey Uso in the main. My only qualm is, baby, we need to see an expanded move set. That's it. Because if you're gonna have these title defenses, how many times you gonna kick him in the face?
Yeah. How many
That's
super kicks
it.
can you use? Right.
So,
exactly.
but the spears have been getting better. The reversals are good. Like the people are behind you. I have no problems with this because it might have been on your Money in the Bank thing, but I even said like him and Naomi getting, the briefcase would have been a cute little moment. But this is a cute moment.
100%. Getting back to NXT.
Are we taking it from the top?
Here.
Do we have? No, I'm reining you in. You started.
Yeah,
from there.
You saw. Hey, listen. But we're gonna go back to where we started on NXT with the NXT Women's North American Championship match.
You let me know if you have any specific thoughts, but I can try to run through this first match quick for us. Okay, so we have Kalani Jordan versus Ren St. Clair. I did not know this was for the belt. Did you?
I did see that it was for the belt. Yes.
Swear I didn't know. So she got slapped last week by Ren St. Clair. My man, Charlie Dempsey told her to go make a name for herself. So I don't know. That led us here because she slapped the girl. And then, if you're going to slap me, we might as well fight for real. So they have a match. It started the show. I was not expecting it. Ren is accompanied by the NQCC. That includes who I just said, my man. Miles Bourne doesn't have a shirt on for some reason. I'm not going to question it.
He's got to show off the abs, man. If I had abs like that, I'm showing them off.
He ain't got to say nothing. Tavian Heights is out there. Hype as always. I will give Ren her 10s. That outfit, we're getting better, Missy. We're getting better.
No more.
It kind of matches. So, like I said, I didn't know this was a championship match, but I'm interested. Kalani looks nice as well. Kalani got her slap back very early on in this match. It's surprisingly a competitive match, not overly surprising because I do believe that Ren St. Clair has some type of indie background, right?
Mm-hmm. She does.
So it's not like overly surprising.
AEW.
What year was that?
A couple years ago.
So they started off doing more of Kalani style with the tumbles and the flips, but at some point, Miss St. Clair got her to the ground, trying to slow her down. A little bit of wear and tear. That didn't last long. There was a particularly interesting counter I don't know. Kalani started trying to tie her up, but they went back and forth for a little bit. It was good. She did her patented twisting corkscrew plancha to the outside to bring them to that first commercial. To be fair, she's kind of the last of the bunch, Miss Sinclair is, to kind of make a name for herself for whatever reason. You know, your boy had been to Japan. We had to negotiate to get him back into the country. Miles popped off just because he's built like he's built. And my man is my man. So Ren St. Clair, baby, you either need to step up or we got a shawty in the back ready to take your place. Anyway, Kalani was not a pushover in this match. Do you know how many title defenses this makes for her? Why are you laughing? Oh my God, this is serious business, women's business. This is serious women's business, bro.
Honorary girl.
Please tell me if the chat's saying something and I'll stop.
The chat, Logan, our guy Logan, you got a lot of thoughts tonight. Listen,
Logan,
I am
let me go and see what Logan thoughts. Okay.
I'm saving these thoughts for when we get to Julie and Roxanne. I promise I'm not ignoring you. Never will I ignore the comments. You guys are my lifeline. You are my bloodline. I acknowledge you. I love you, comment section. Listen.
Ren St. Clair started pulling out double underhook suplexes. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, she's nasty in the ring, yo, when they let her go.
A little bit. So apparently the boys were trying to be some mean girls and talk stuff to Kalani on the outside. That's when Ren St. Clair took it upon herself to just dive to the outside. She took out her own team, which allowed my baby girl to do her split-legged moonsault. Shout out to Johnny Morrison, Johnny TV, Johnny Mundo. Kalani Jordan retains the belt.
Good match.
What do you think about that match? Nothing?
I enjoyed this match. I mean, it was a good quick title defense. You had to get a little championship match action on this last NXT.
I ain't mad at it.
I'm not mad at it. I'm glad Redden got to compete for a title, you know, honestly, at the end of the day. Logan did say that he thinks Delta is going to be the one to beat Kalani. Interesting. It's a good take. I mean, he was right. He called tonight about a certain woman coming out at the end of NXT that we'll talk about in a little bit.
Logan, follow me back. Follow me back on Twitter, Logan. Who do you know?
Who do you know? But we got to get to the next segment here, and that is a collective.
Package. Oh wait,
no,
what do we have?
We're skipping around. We're skipping around, Taurean. We got.
Oh my! So how am I in control? Okay. You're in control. It's your show.
Yeah, it's a takeover.
I can run through the show.
I just don't know what order you're going to go through the show.
I'm literally going top to bottom from the beginning of the show.
We're doing things different. We're doing things different. Talk to the people about CM Punk having some conversations with Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Ethan Page, Sol Ruka. And my man CM Punk loves the Performance Center.
Yeah, he talked with everybody. Basically had an aside with all of the people that you mentioned.
That's it. That's all I got.
No, I mean, like, I honestly can tell you that all of those interactions were spread out through the show. So, I mean, I put my phone down. You made me go into ADHD mode. So it's literally, you tell me what segment we're on and I can go there. But CM Punk talked to somebody at the beginning of the show, end of the show, middle of the show.
CM Punk's talking. That's the whole premise of the NXT Nightcap. The CM Punk is just talking to everybody, instilling the wisdom that he has, that he wants to bring, acting like he doesn't have a Hell in a Cell match with a certain Scottish psychopath in 2 weeks. Absolute nut job behavior.
Mentoring the children, always.
Mentoring the children. What would you like to talk about, Taurean? I'll pull a little book out of my hand.
No, you're good. It's we can.
What was the video package? Talk about the video package. Come on.
My bad, buddy. I'll try to run through it all. That's what I'm saying. It was just I literally just have it in order. We have a quick video package showing Trick Williams doing a little bit of media for the upcoming move to the CW network. I did notice that he's been doing a lot of football college events. Did you see those things?
Yes, he was at the Gamecocks game just last weekend.
Boy sports. I know you know about
South Carolina Gamecocks. Yes, their name is in fact the Gamecocks.
So we do go into the NXT press conference. Do you have any thoughts on those little press conference moments? The first one was Ethan Page.
Ethan Page, classic heel, talks about how hard he's worked, et cetera, et cetera. I like the press conference premise. some of the questions that were asked, obviously you could tell, were written up by like the writers and whatever. Like it was clearly not like legit, but you're not looking for legit with NXT. You're looking for entertainment. And I think they delivered. I liked Obafemi. He's like enough questions and then just walks away. Answers like one question, dips out.
That strong stoicness that is like pure Obafemi, like that's what it is. From there, you basically summed it up. That's why I threw it to you. Like I have no specific thoughts on the press conference. Love the premise of it. I like the feel of it. We go to a commercial showing A-Town Down Under getting ready to come. Well, before they go to commercial, we show A-Town Down Under getting ready to come out, but we've already talked about, their little segment. So we
talked about that. A-Town Down Under's going 6 feet down under.
Tickets are still on sale for the CM Punk episode next Tuesday, live from Chicago at Ticketmaster.com. Use Mike's link.
I know. Yeah, go ahead up the SeatGeek link. If you're a first time customer for SeatGeek, use code MOWM for $20 off your first purchase. If you're trying to go to NXT in Chicago, Illinois, get you a Italian beef. You never know.
They come back from commercial with CM Punk giving Javon Evans words of encouragement. Like we said, Punk loves the kids. He visits his daughter Roxanne whenever he can, his stepdaughter Cora whenever he can. He checks in on them to make sure that they're okay.
The daughters, his daughters.
Bro, last week Punk agreed to be the special guest referee. That flew over my head. So apparently are you mad at all of the special guest ref spots? I feel like we're just making up for lost time. We have not gotten a lot of good
haven't had good guest ref spots. So I mean, I love it, dude. CM Punk might have a career in being a ref after he hangs it up, dude.
He has a career at anything.
He can do anything. The guy can wrestle, commentate. He's the best on them. No one can touch him on the mic. No one can touch him on the booth. No one can touch him in his wrestling mind.
One of my moots said something like early this year, maybe last year, and I will never forget it. Like I was looking at CM Punk's astrology, and she was like, I'm assuming it's a she. She was like, thank God CM Punk decided to be a pro wrestler, because if he was just a normal guy, he would have been a problem. A literal problem. if you get it, you get it. Like, thank God he's where he is. He can use his powers for good. But regular guy, 9 to 5, no. You don't mess with him if you see him in the break room. You let him clock out. You let him clock in. You don't bother him.
He doesn't have a manager. He can't be managed.
So shout out to him. He's wearing a Jade Cargill shirt. We love it when girlies support other girlies. Punk is not playing favorites the same way Trick did not play favorites when he had his, guest ref spot. Honest men. We love loyalty, or whatever Kendrick said. Was that Kendrick? It might have been.
That was Kendrick. Yes.
We already talked about the Grayson Waller effect. They're interesting to me for some reason. It goes to a backstage segment from earlier between Metaphor and Lexus King. Yo, friend.
Yeah, what's
Lexus
up?
King. Nothing.
Die.
I don't know why he broke into the super secret Meta Lounge, or why he started trying to trauma bond with Oro Mensa about them both not having no daddy.
Oh my God.
That's
I
what
catch this.
I
didn't catch this. I wasn't going to talk about this because I didn't catch this.
Bro.
He did not. He's trying to trauma bond with this man. He said,
you're worse than my co-host. My co-host be like, oh, I didn't listen to that backstage show. I'm like, no, you got to figure out what the fuck's going on backstage. Like, he just came in there and sat down and was like, hey, man, we're going to have an honest match. That's what my father would have wanted. Like, I was like, whoa, wait, how did we get here? So I'll tell you something. I'm going to send you a tweet after we're done here, but you'll get it after I send you the tweet.
All right.
He basically was like, make sure your dad will be proud. And, you just know that Lexus King is going to do some heel tactics and probably go back on his manly handshake.
Of course.
So from there, there's a backstage segment. Hank and Tank walk into the ring. Two truths in this world. We hit hard and we hit last. I didn't know that was their little motto.
It's new. This new motto for them.
I mean, fitting. They're giving their normal energy. They're ready to turn up. It leads us in a commercial. We come back to Carmen Petrovich and my baby, Brinley Reese, discussing something, couldn't hear it, but I'm mostly looking at those beautiful matching blue outfits, my babies.
I love when tag teams match.
Ah,
That itches my wrestling brain just perfectly.
my OG followers know that I was bothering Natalia for the better part of 2023 on the timeline to match with her partner of the week. My OG followers know this. So once y'all started matching with the person y'all tagging with, tell me everything didn't just fall into place. Tell me it didn't.
Well, tonight it didn't.
You, Carmen
While
Petrovich, catalyst for change.
While we're talking about these nice baby blues, let's talk about the match with the Spooky Girls while we're here. Carmen Petrovic, Brinley Reese versus Wendy Chu and TNA's Rosemary. Now, Shanta the Adonis was talking backstage with the girlies. I know that's where you were headed with this.
Of course.
Carmen gets jealous in this match. Why is Carmen jealous about Shanti?
That kind of flew over my head. I saw that the Spooky Girls did get the win. I saw that there was distraction involved. I didn't know it was jealousy distraction. Okay.
I mean, she was staring at Ashante, giving the roses over to the girl in the crowd.
Not Ashanti getting some play in these streets.
My man, you want to talk about, I was talking all sorts of stuff about NXT 2.0 being horny. I mean, hold on a second. My man said, I'm coming down to the PC. I'm not wrestling, dude. I'm scouting. I'm scouting out talent.
Los Lotharios walked so that he could run.
My man is drafting a fantasy football lineup of
literally
PC talent.
Literally.
Dude. What? Mr. Loverboy, Casanova.
Did you like this match though? Was it good for you? Did it do what it needed to do?
I think Carmen Petrovic and Brinley Reese are super underrated right now. I think Carmen is one of those women on that roster that I think she's gonna have some longevity to her. I think it did what it needed to do. Wendy Chu and Rosemary win, building that TNA NXT relationship. It's simmered down the last couple weeks. You know, we haven't seen too much NXT or TNA. Excuse me. I mean, we've had one or two people a week, which is good. It's not overwhelming.
It's consistent. I don't think, in my opinion, it's not supposed to be overwhelming at this point. I was honestly going to bring it up to you. I'm surprised that they're, what's the word? Elongating, carrying out the spooky pairing as long as they are.
No Joe Hendry. No Joe Hendry.
Why didn't you give me a warning? You didn't give me a warning.
No, I'm never going to give you a warning. You know me by now. It's never going to happen.
We can't even badmouth him now.
Nah, he's goated. Anyway.
I'll leave him be, Joseph. We haven't seen, and you know what? Good job, Sean. We shouldn't be seeing Joe. We should be hearing, like, someone should be saying, did you say Joe? No, I'm hearing things. Okay. Like, we should be, like, it should be like that. Like, I'm not saying we should forget about him, but it should be like fleeting moments. But like I was saying, sorry, you got me off subject. Truly, honestly, and truly, like, I feel like one or two people a week or whatever is good enough. I didn't think Hammerstone would come back for that second match. We're glad he did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. I won't complain on that front.
Okay. All right. I'm not mad at it. Where do you want to take the show here? Where would you like to take the show from here?
Where would you like to take the show, buddy?
I want to take the show. I want to take the show here. The Don is back. And of course, the Prez knows. The Prez is back here in the comments. He said, I'm sure Mike is happy about Tony D. You're absolutely damn right I'm happy about Tony D. Tony D, Obafemi, they're going to be on Miz TV next week. Tony D is getting a little Rocky-like training montage. 100%. We are bar for bar taking the promo last week with, or maybe it was the week before. My dates are screwed up. But when Rizzo was giving him the hype promo about you're scared this, you're scared whatever, you know, the family's relying on you. That is a straight go watch Rocky 3 for me. There's a whole conversation with Adrian and Rocky at the beach talking, and it's basically the same thing. Now you follow up with the Rocky training montage. What happened in Rocky 3? The Rock won. What's going to happen when Obafemi and Tony D'Angelo wrestle for the North American Championship? The Don's winning. That's all I got to say on the subject. What do you got?
I think to see how it goes. Like you said, we got that quick flashback to the critically acclaimed segment from the family and Tony D'Angelo. Your favorite, truly. Your favorite.
No, truly. My guy.
Waiting on his success in this life. I was surprised to see that, like you said, I haven't seen Rocky, so I'm not saying this was totally a new theme to me, but it was good to see it fleshed out with a little bit of backstage, whatever kind of little video package we got. It was cute. They look like a family. That's the family. They were building him back up. He got in the ring with somebody that wasn't Obafemi, but looked just as big, and he faced his fear. He knocked the big guy down. He declared himself ready. His people said, "You know what, Tony, you're ready. You're ready.
You're ready.
You can do it.
You're ready." Listen, I say it every time. When the Don wins gold, Don, Tony D, the gabagool's on me. Just win the gold and you get the gabagool. Thank you. That is, thanks for coming to my mic talk here tonight.
So in 2 weeks, the ruler of NXT, Obafemi, takes on Tony D'Angelo in St. Louis, Missouri. That's the Randy Orton episode, October 8th for the North American title. And they will be signing the contract on Miz TV?
I think Miz TV, it's gonna be like a little segment between the two. I'm sure they'll go back and forth. They'll do something Rocky-esque. Maybe they'll do like the Rocky and Drago.
A weigh-in. A weigh-in.
Yeah, maybe they do a weigh-in. I got a feeling they're gonna do something along the lines where Oba's, gonna tell him or something, like he's gonna kill him or something. It's gonna be Rocky coded 100%. 100% Rocky coded here. I feel it coming down the pipeline. It's not Rocky coded. Kind of a little disrespectful, Taurean, was Wes Lee talking about Zachary Wentz's fiance, Gigi Dolan, and Zachary Wentz did a little Will Smith action. Told Wesley, "Keep my fiance's name out your fucking mouth." Ooh. The street fight better be good. This street fight better be good. It's all I'm gonna say.
And you know what? That too, god dang it. It better be good, but I will at least say this, like the type of ish talking they did back and forth on the little what is it called? Video call, the Zoom, whatever.
Yeah, I mean they're still in the backstage and just different rooms.
There's a curtain separating y'all. I don't know. That type of shit talking, that seemed like brotherly shit talking. Like, remember when I had to put your ass into the wall because you tried to buck up on me? Okay, yes, Wesley, I respect that. Go ahead. Tell him again with your mean self. But literally, Zachary Wentz has been cussing Wesley out for weeks on Twitter, and it's so funny to me. He posted a picture of him and his homeboys, and at the bottom it said F Wesley. I'm like, bro.
Oh, dude, I love it. They're doing good things here.
Good things. Love to see it.
Love to see it. Good things. Love to see it. Ridge Holland beat Riley Osborne. I don't really have much to say about this except
no thoughts. Stop traumatizing.
Not really much. Yeah, stop poor Thea, man. She's gonna need more therapy than Oro Mensah and Lexis King. Anyway, A-Town Down Under ended up having some action tonight against Javon Evans, the young OG. And I guess everyone's calling him Uncle Cedric. Is that what I'm picking up?
His name is Uncle Ceddy.
Uncle Ceddy. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Really fun match here with Javon Evans and Cedric Alexander. Like you said, Randy Orton episode of NXT in 2 weeks. Javon Evans, Randy Orton. That's gonna be your handshake, your John Cena, Kurt Angle, your Jeff Hardy, Undertaker. That's what that moment is gonna be in NXT. Randy Orton showing love to the young OG, shaking his hand after he hits him with the craziest RKO that we've ever seen in our lifetimes.
And Javon's going to enjoy every single minute.
And he's going to love every second of it. The kid inside, he's still a kid. The kid inside of him, the wrestling fan, that side of him, he's going to absolutely love every second about taking an RKO. I bet you he's literally losing sleep every night thinking about it. Because I know I would.
So pumped. So excited.
The Prez is rooting for Javon. Oh, man, I think everyone's rooting for Javon. How could you not root for the guy? He is so likable. He is so charismatic. He's so real and so fresh. That's what makes him unique.
Mm-hmm. 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 Literally, I have nothing to add. That's literally it. We've been singing about him since April. He's a
Love him.
star.
He's a
Yeah. Oh
star.
my God. He's a star.
But Julia and Roxanne close out the show tonight with their press conference. And Logan,
Whoa.
Logan, much like a John Cena song, your time is now. So we're gonna run through all of your comments regarding this segment. First and foremost, he said Julia and Stephanie Vacour, Io Sky and Kairi Sane and Asuka face to face off Women Royal Rumble 2025. Logan, if that happens, I know you're gonna be the happiest dude around. And I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna be
Literally.
just as happy for you. He said he's excited for Julia and Stephanie Vacour Part 2. I ain't mad at that. I mean, it's coming. Stephanie beat Julia for the New Japan Women's Championship. And I love it. He said Vacour feud needs a promo and cinematic. Julia and Stephanie Vacour promo, not good in WWE ring. We'll see how things go. We'll see. You know, sure, talking English promo on cinematic. I get what you're saying. You know, probably do like what they did for Shinsuke Nakamura and what they do for the Damage Control promos. I'm cool with that. They did some captions tonight when Funaki was talking, and then they kind of just ditched the whole Funaki thing, and Julia just started talking herself, which, I mean, her English isn't too bad, so I'm sure it'll improve. Listen, Julia Roxanne is going to be a dream match. Roxanne calls it a dream match for Julia. Talks about how Julia came to find her, not the other way around. I love this. And of course,
I mean,
Taurean,
she wasn't lying.
she's not lying. Julia came. I will say, the Beautiful Madness, she is a special kind of talent. I'm not the most familiar with her. I'm not going to sit here and play
I haven't
Mr.
seen a single
Wrestling
match.
expert. I've
I
watched a
haven't
couple
se-
matches of hers.
I haven't seen a single match.
She
I
is
lied. I saw the Chelsea Green match. I lied.
she is insanely good in that ring. And
That's side. Yep.
I can only imagine what she's going to be able to do in NXT, and I can only imagine what she's going to do when she hits a Raw or a SmackDown down the line. Now, the woman that Logan was just talking about, Stephanie Vacour, has showed up.
Big Mama Steph.
Big Mama Steph is here. What do you think about Stephanie talking about when the dust settles next week? I'm next up.
Big statement from Miss Stephanie Vacour. I won't even lie to you. Me and my tag team partner were just discussing. It's been crickets lately. We got the Mexico pop. It's been crickets since then. So this is a timely message for sure. This just reaffirming the fact of, all right, we got Julia up front and center. This one's next. Delta's getting her affairs in order. Like, legitimately, don't forget about what's to come. But a strong message from Stephanie Vacour, nonetheless.
100%. It's very interesting, and this is what I find to be the coolest part. You know, you got this standoff. You've got Julia and Roxanne, eyes on the prize, both of them. And then you've got Stephanie looming in the background. This is a great shot. 100%. Great work here with the camera work tonight on NXT for this shot alone. Julia, clearly, I don't, you know what? Maybe they swerve us. You know, maybe Roxanne retains the championship. But my odds on money, if I was a betting man, and I hate to say I am, I'm putting it on Julia to win the title. Do you feel that with Stephanie being introduced, do you think that's too soon for Stephanie and Julia to have a championship match? Because in my opinion, I figure Stephanie goes for the North American Women's Championship.
I'll be honest with you. At this point, and when I say at this point, I mean at this point in the card, for the most part, I try not to keep too many solid expectations about, like, the big belt stuff. So, like, keeping it on Roxanne was the obvious answer, the smart, clear answer. And that's the only thing I was clearly advocating for. But I have no suggestions, no stakes, no claims in how they're going to play this Julia Stephanie thing, and then especially if Delta comes to NXT as well, like how do you balance three new unknown essentially titans superpowers? Shawn Michaels has his infinity rings together. How do you balance these three against the growing crop of people that you have already, the people that you bring in from the main roster, and then the people that are still cooking in the PC about to graduate? Like, I don't know how we're going to do this. I don't. How we're going to make it look competitive, how we're going to make it look seamless and evenly matched on all sides. It's overwhelming to me. I just am happy to see Stephanie on the screen, honestly, because at the end of the day, I know nothing about Julia. So to put the belt on Julia would elicit a similar response from me that I have about Mariah May with the belt. I don't know who that baby is with this belt. So Julia, as talented as she can be, I want to see her be talented in about 3 matches first. 3 solid matches.
I respect that. I mean, I 100% respect that. And that's the conversation we had last night, where some people may not know if the Lucha Brothers came to WWE. They may not know who they are, you know?
Right.
And that's the same thing. People may not know who Julia is, but
the
Google's
sad part
there.
is, can I say this? I have no doubt in my mind that the Lucha Brothers wouldn't just get a #1 contender spot for the tag belts. They would be thrown in a gauntlet. They would wipe out somebody after the match. Julia's already being slotted at the upper half of the card. I need to see something that can. She's pretty. She looks good. This is cute. I'm with it. But you have to give other people a reason to be with it. Like, we ain't seen her in enough matches yet to be with it. And I don't do nothing that ain't like for real. Like, it's authentic. I need to say, yes, I saw her tear it up again. No, I only saw her in a match once.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Reported on this lady's every waking move, from Marigold to the press conference. She done headbutted the lady in the face. Like, everything I know about her is against my will. I want to see some regular, what you doing? The Funaki stuff, cool. I like that. Big Pop, I didn't understand a word she said, and I didn't need it to. I can already tell she got eloquence of speech. She can talk for herself. Now, did you hear the NXT audience start chanting USA, bro?
They were chanting USA because she said she's coming to USA. She was coming to the USA and everything, and the crowd was like, "Oh yeah, USA." They weren't chanting like the classic.
I thought it was bad.
Like,
I thought it was bad.
No.
I thought I was gonna have to gas. I thought I was gonna have to put some gas in the car, man. I thought.
Head on over to the PC.
Let them know.
Logan said, "Big news, big free agent." Oh boy, oh buddy, you guys can read. I hope you guys can read, because I'm not even gonna try. Miami Iwatan, expired contract March 31st, 2025. I mean, WWE, Logan knows all Japanese wrestling. I mean, we got to start tapping into Logan. Logan, hit up Taurean. You can educate her. You can educate me any day of the week. It is so hard to keep up with the Japanese wrestling. The time difference, the lack of, them getting shine, them doing their own marketing for that matter. In the US, like, I know you got New Japan and everything, but the other, smaller companies, it's tough, and especially when you got all these US based wrestling companies every week. Taurean, you said something that I really liked. When it comes to NXT in the women's division, NXT has one of the greatest women's rosters assembled to date for NXT. Dare I say the best women's roster in WWE? Dare I say one of the best in professional wrestling? And that's a lot, because you've got women that are tenured, and you've got women that have been here for half a cup of coffee. And it's incredible to see how they pick this stuff up. And it is just a testament to that Performance Center. It's incredible, Taurean. With these 3 women, Stephanie, Julia, Delta on the horizon, they round out an incredible women's roster and bring serious experience and accolades to it. Maybe even a little legitimacy. Not saying that the current roster doesn't bring legitimacy. But it brings that additional international legitimacy. You're taking 3 of the biggest international women's wrestlers, and you're saying, we want to come to NXT and wrestle for the NXT Women's Championship. That just goes to show you what NXT is and what it was always about. Making a name for yourself in the US and proving to everyone that you can do the damn thing. Taurean,
Big facts.
Wrap this show up.
All right, you guys, we got to get to bed. We got work in the morning. We are adults. I will let my my moderator, my main host, do his plugs last. I will go first. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow the Black Masses and Constellations podcast. We are newly available on Apple Music. We have always been on Spotify. We're on season 2. This next episode, don't know when we're recording again, but it should be WWE centered. If you will check it out, I think those last 2 episodes, they did hit the streets. We talked about All In, and we actually talked about All Out too. Woo! We're late, but woo!
What was in the needle, Hangman?
Plutonium, clearly. So you can follow us, like I said, hashtag BMC Pod, at Straight Up Astrology. That's STR, the number 8, UP Astrology. You can follow my co-host __ Tortellini. They do fitness content. We're usually bitching and moaning about pro wrestling very obscurely, sometimes in the middle of the morning. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on X. You can follow me on Tumblr. I don't know if I'm going to share the Tumblr with you guys yet, but it's coming. Make sure you hit me up for my WWE shop affiliate link. I will literally send you whatever t-shirt you're about to buy. I will find the link and send it to you so that I can make a penny. Support my writing, support my picture blog, support my Instagram, support my podcast, support my astrology readings, support me, bro. I need support. But yeah, check us out. We are the new kids, not really the new kids on the block, but we've been blazing up a trail all summer long. We love Rhea Ripley. That's it. Final words, Michael.
Final words have been spoken. You heard Taurean here on the Nightcap. Go show some love to them. I want to show some love to my Boom broadcast panel. We've got an action-packed slate tomorrow for your Wednesday morning. I think we got like 4 different shows dropping tomorrow. I don't even know who's dropping, what's dropping, but all of them are dropping here on Boom Broadcasting. So if you're on the YouTube side, hit that subscribe button. Do Mike the Prez a favor, and I don't have to worry about him taking me out behind the barn later on. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I probably will be dropping an episode of Mouthing Off with Mike this weekend, so stay tuned to my socials at MOWM_ a podcast. From my amazing hosts tonight, Taurean, I am Mouthing Off with Mike. This has been the Nightcap. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you back here for AEW tomorrow night. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for watching the Nightcap.